Hello students, continuing with our chapter quadratic equations. Today we are going to do exercise 4.3 question number 3 and 4. So let's see first the question number 3 of exercise 4.3. Here is the question. Find the roots of the following equations. The first part is x minus 1 upon x is equal to 3, and the second part is 1 upon x plus 4 minus 1 upon x minus 7 is equal to 11 upon 30. So we will be solving these two equations and finding the roots. So student, first let us see the solution of the first part. Here it is given that x minus 1 upon x is equal to 3. Student, taking the LCM as x, so this will become x into x square minus 1 upon x is equal to 3. Cross multiplying it, x square minus 1 is equal to 3x. Now taking 3x to the left hand side, it will become minus 3x. So this will further reduces to x square minus 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. Student, have you identified this equation? Yes, this is a quadratic equations. Now here we have two choices to solve this, which we have done in previous classes. We can either solve this quadratic equation with the help of splitting the middle term method, that is factorization method, or with the help of a quadratic formula. It's our choice. We can use any one of the method. Students, here you see the coefficient of x square is 1. That means a is equal to 1. Coefficient of x is minus 3. So that will means b is equal to minus 3. And the constant part is minus 1. So c is equal to minus 1. Student, I am going to solve this quadratic equation with the help of quadratic formula. You can also use factorization method also. So let us, as told in the previous class, before applying the quadratic formula, we have to always first calculate the value of discriminant, that is denoted by d, and the formula was b square minus 4ac. So student, putting the value of b, a and c from the quadratic equation, it will become minus 3 square minus 4 into 1 into minus 1. This minus 3 whole square will become plus 9, and this minus plus 4 into 1 is 4. So overall it becomes d is equal to 13. Student, d is equal to 13, that is greater than 0. So what does it mean? So we can apply the quadratic formula and we will be able to obtain the roots. So here is the quadratic formula. X is equal to minus b plus minus under root d upon 2a. So student, in the next step we will be putting the value of b, that was minus 3. We will put the value of a, that was 1, and we will putting the value of d, that is 13 in the given formula. So student, putting all the values, see this minus is the from formula, and the b is the value, that is minus 3 plus minus under root d, we have calculated 13. Value of a is 1, so that is 2 is into 1. After calculating, it become minus into minus plus, that is 3 plus minus under root 13 upon 2 1 2. So student, which cannot be further simplified. So here we got the two roots, plus minus. There are two conditions. What are they? One is the x 3 plus under root 13 upon 2, or x is equal to the minus case 3 minus under root 13 upon 2. So student, these are the two roots of the quadratic equation. Student, what you have observed? We have observed that in the question the quadratic equation was not given directly. We have simplified that given equation, which reduces into the standard form of a quadratic equation, and then we apply the quadratic formula to obtain the two roots of the given equation. So student, let us see the second part. The second part is 1 upon x plus 4 minus 1 upon x minus 7 is equal to 11 upon 30. Student, again here also the equation is not given in the standard form of a quadratic equation. So obviously we are going to simplify this to reduce it into the standard form of a quadratic equation, and after that we will be able to solve it. Student, this type of questions came many times in the CBSE board exams. So please, you have to be attentive and understand this question carefully. So here is the solution. We have been given 1 upon x plus 4 minus 1 upon x minus 7 is equal to 11 by 30, where x is not equal to minus 4 and 7. So student, here we will take here the LCM, that is x plus 4 and x minus 7 is the LCM. So that x after taking the LCM x plus 4 into x minus 7, the x minus 7 multiplied by 1 is x minus 7, this minus is here, and x plus 4 multiplied by 1 is x plus 4. Students, since here this is minus, so we have to kept all the things after minus into the bracket, that is equal to 11 by 30. Now student, simplifying the bracket, opening the bracket, x minus 7 minus x, and this plus will become minus 4, and that is equal to 11 by 30. Further simplifying this, x minus x becomes 0, and minus 7 minus 4 will become minus 11 upon x plus 4 into x minus 7 is equal to 11 upon 30. Student, this 11 and this 11 get cancelled out, so here we will left with minus 1 upon x plus 4 into x minus 7 is equal to 1 upon 30. So cross multiplying is the 30 into minus 1 will become minus 30, and this into 1 will become x plus 4 into x minus 7. Student, multiplying both this, you get x square minus 3x minus 28 is equal to 30. Here you can see there are two constant terms, 28 and 30. So taking 30 on the left hand side, the minus 28 and minus 30 goes here, a plus 30. So this will becomes plus 2. Student, here there is a minus here. So x square minus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. So student, we can solve this equation by factorization method now. Student, I solved the first part as by using a quadratic formula. Now I will be solving this with the help of factorization method. We can also apply quadratic formula method also. So student, adopt that method in which you are comfortable. So this was the equation obtained, x square minus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. So what is this? X square minus 2x minus x plus 2 is equal to 0. I have splitted this minus 3 as minus 2x and minus 1, because minus 2 into minus 1x is equal to 2x square, and 2 into x square is 2x square, and minus 2 minus x is minus 3x. Taking common from this 2, that is x, so x minus 2 will be left. Here we will take common minus 1, to x minus 2 will be left. From whole we take x minus 2 common. So what will be left? X minus 1 will be left. So x minus 2 into x minus 1 is equal to 0. That means either x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 2. So students, these are the factors of this given quadratic equation. Now student, let us take the question number 4. Here it says the sum of the reciprocal of Rahman's age in years 3 years ago and 5 years from now is 1 by 3. Find his present age. Student, you see in this question, this is a word problem question. Here the question is given in the form of language. So first we have to interpret this. We have to interpret what is given in the question and what is to be found. Whenever you read the language question, read 2-3 times until you get the proper understanding of the question. Here again, let us once again we read the sum of the reciprocals of Rahman's age 3 years ago and 5 years from now is 1 by 3. Find its present age. Student, let's say present age of Rahman is x years. Means present age of Rahman is x years. That means 3 years ago Rahman's age will be less than 3 from the present age, that is x minus 3 years, and 5 years after his present age will be x plus 5 years. So students, let's see the solution. Given the it is given that the sum of reciprocals of Riemann 3 years ago and after 5 years is 1 by 3. So that means one reciprocals of age after before 3 years ago was 1 upon x minus 3, and age after 5 years was x plus 5. Its reciprocal will be 1 upon 5. So that will be equal to 1 upon 3. So student, what you have the question number 3 becomes, the question number 3 we have done this type of question only. So again the language question reduces to this type of equation, and as done in the question number 3 we will be simplifying this equation and we will convert it into a standard form of a quadratic equation. Let us see. Again x minus 3 into x plus 5 is the LCM, so x plus 5 into 1 is x plus 5 and x minus 3 into 1 is x minus 3 upon x minus 3 into x plus 5 is equal to 1 by 3. Student, is x plus x will become 2x and is 5 minus 3 will become 2. So in the next step that will become 2x plus 2 upon x minus 3 into x plus 5 is equal to 1 upon 3. Student, in the next step we will be cross multiplying it. That was 3 into 2x plus 2 is equal to x minus 3 into x plus 1 into 1 is x minus 3 into x plus 5. Further simplify, 3 into 2x is equal to 6x plus 3 into 2 is equal to 6. Multiplying both these, it get x square plus 2x minus 15. Further simplifying this, the equation reduces to x square minus 4x minus 21. So student, what is this? This is the quadratic equation. So again we can solve it either by quadratic formula or by splitting the middle term. Let us do it by splitting the middle term this time. This minus 4 is splitted as minus 7x plus 3x. Why? Because minus 7x plus 3x is minus 4x and minus 7x into 3x is minus 21x square. That is minus 21 into x square is minus 21x square. So both the conditions are satisfied. So we have splitted minus 4x as minus 7x plus 3x. Continuing further, take common x common from first two, that is x into x minus 7 plus take 3 common from this 2, that is 3 into x minus 7 is equal to 0. Further taking x minus 7 common, it will become x plus 3 equal to 0. So that means either x minus 7 will be 0 or x plus 3 will be equal to 0. From here we can get x is equal to 7 and from here we get x is equal to minus 3. Student, just recall what was x. X was actually the present age, and we know that the present age cannot be negative. So we will be rejecting this x is equal to minus 3. So what is left? X is equal to 7. So therefore Riemann's present age is 7 years. So student, this was a language problem. Again you see we have interpreted the language, and with the help of the given information we make an equation, and that equation on further simplification reduces to quadratic equation. And when quadratic equation when you reach the step of quadratic equation, we have two choices: either do it by factorization method or do it by using quadratic formula. And in language problem you have to keep another point in mind, that whenever you obtain the value of x, see the value of x is in line with the given informations. Like in this case x was age, so age cannot be negative, so we have to reject that value of x. So in language problem, please be aware with whether we have to take both values or if we have to reject someone. Simply see what is x, you will get your answer whether I have to keep or whether I have to reject. So now students, some assignments for you. First assignment, as usual, write down the contents of this video in the notebook, that is solve for exercise 4.3 question number 3 and 4. I will be also sharing the PDF of all the contents in the groups, from where you can also take reference for doing this, completing this assignment number 1. In assignment number 2, we have to find the roots of the following quadratic equation, just like we have done question number 3. This will give you a good practice. First part is x plus 1 upon x is equal to 3. Second part is 1 upon x minus 1 upon x minus 2 is equal to 3. Student, I have also given you the answer so that you can match your answer. So these are the two answers of the first and second part. I hope you will complete this assignment well before time. So in the next class we will be doing another questions of exercise 4.3. Thank you.